Yes, sir. Salute, salute, Knicks Nation. The streets are buzzing in LA as the Knicks pull off a huge win on the road to go 2-2 now on this West Coast trip. Beat the LA Lakers 114-109 off a huge performance from Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickley stepped up in a major way. But Isaiah Hartenstein brought his lunch pail tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with a career high 17 rebounds. He battled Anthony Davis, and it was a great performance overall from these Knicks. Let's get it. Back to 15-11 on the season, 4 games over 500. As we head back to New York City, baby, as Brooklyn awaits these New York Knicks. What a performance. Salute to the chat. Salute replay squad. And they definitely answered the call. After their poor showing against the Clippers, the New York Knicks came to ball tonight in La La Land. Julius Randle, what did we say? Always likes to play against his former team. And tonight he was sensational. Jalen Brunson helped close it out as well. He got hot late. Emmanuel Quickley was very solid all night as well. But we got contributions from everyone. Barrett at times. Devo, I thought he started the game quite well. Suffered a couple of minutes reduction due to some other guys. But Isaiah Hartenstein, right? Jericho Sims, rolled his ankle with the first play of the game. And it was a gritty performance from Isaiah Hartenstein stepping in. As we see Jalen Brunson splashing it, fam, as the New York Knicks put up another high-scoring game, 114. We'll talk about our offense. Our offense is clicking. As we heard Alan Hahn, on MSG Networks talk about the Knicks' last 10 games has been the best offensive scoring burst since the 1960s, averaging over 113 in the last 10 games. Quite remarkable, fam. But the defense has been suffering, as we know. But tonight, really, we had enough firepower. LeBron James, Anthony Davis were in the minus, as you see. Credit to the New York Knicks defense. Austin Reeves tried his best late, as RJ Barrett fouled Reeves on a 3-point play. But Josh Hart stepped up, hit some free throws. Yeah, the New York Knicks weren't going to let this one slip, fam. What's good, Daniel? Nick Yak, Drip Moore, and Joe. Salute replay squad. The chat's buzzing right now. And we're going to give out the game ball like we do. We'll give out grades. And we'll look at the road ahead, fam. And I shout out the chat all night as the streets are buzzing. Late night Knicks buzz on the West Coast. I'm feeling giddy, fam, with this situation. Early Christmas present for us. 2-2 on this road trip, and you take it all day. Bad loss against Utah. Bad loss against the Clippers. But outstanding wins against the Phoenix Suns. And now the LA Lakers and LeBron James, man. What do you guys think? Them suffering from that fake championship hangover. Tonight they unveiled the banner. But the New York Knicks had other plans tonight as Jalen Brunson straight went to work. And it was just a great offensive performance. Julius Randle has really been on a tear offensively. Salute to him. Was stiff to miss out on the Eastern Conference Player of the Week again. And so was Brunson. Neither Nick got the new Eastern Conference Player of the Week, but we throw that in the trash, man, because I'll take the win all day, every day. Some questionable substitutions from Tibbs tonight. We'll give Tibbs his grade. But the New York Knicks were turning the ball over a little too much. The second quarter was poor, and we gave up a 12-point lead to trail at the half by 1 point. But to buck the trend, fam, the New York Knicks came to play in the third on a 15-2 run in the third quarter. It opened up a 10-point lead for the Knicks, and credit to them. In the fourth, they basically closed it out all the way. The Lakers cut it to 4, but they were always going to make a run. These New York Knicks held their nerve, and sealed the deal. Great win. Shot 47% from the field. That was enough to get it done. The Lakers were poor all night from the field, 42%. and 33% from three was slightly better than the Lakers' 31% from three. But the Knicks shot way more free throws. I thought all the calls were quite fair tonight. The Laker fans will look at the free throw discrepancy and say that the Knicks were on the better end, but the Knicks were aggressive. Credit to them. Anthony Davis had a couple of big blocks early on RJ, but the Knicks and RJ especially wasn't deterred. We kept going at them, and the offense was clicking. Nice screen setting, guys were cutting. And I think this rotation is starting to really feel more comfortable, with DiVincenzo starting, and then Grimes, coming off the bench tonight, fam. But yeah, big time win. Nick Yak says the defense was the big win tonight. Looked better, definitely, man. We played with a lot more passion. We fought over screens. Rebounding wise, we were excellent. 58 rebounds. Julius Randle and Isaiah Hartenstein. Salute to you guys. Career high for iHeart stepping in, and that's why we signed the man. The best backup center in the NBA. And I'm starting to hear some trade buzz, for some other teams looking at Isaiah. But, I don't think the New York Knicks would entertain anything right now. We need him. And he definitely stepped up, in a major way. Out rebounding the Lakers with Anthony Davis, and LeBron is huge without Mitchell Robinson. So we stick true to our identity, fam. And we got this huge win. Jake's talking about Randall's ankle earlier too. Yeah, I did notice that too, fam. The Knicks, gritted this one out. There was a lot of ankle rolls and chippiness. Brunson getting knocked down late by Reeves. But yeah, the New York Knicks definitely wanted to end this road trip, on a really good note. 2-2. Man, we got Brooklyn to come, which is, a road game, but to me, this road trip has ended right now. Basically, the New York Knicks will play at MSG 2.0, fam, in Brooklyn, like we know. But yeah, to escape the West Coast trip, 2-2, outstanding, really. And this is going to, I think, open up the month of December and January as we talk about it. Moving ahead, 15-11 now, 4 games over. It gives us that little bit of a buffer. Some results did go our way. We had the Heat lose. The Cleveland Cavaliers, we know, are suffering for the injury bug. And yeah, I think the East is going to start to open up, fam. We just got to stay in it, and we've got to play better defense like we did tonight. And our offense is clicking. The big three, the big four, guys are stepping up. And like I said, DiVincenzo could have played more minutes tonight as well. He was quite efficient. As we look at the box score and give out the grade in a minute. Riding high, Knicks fam. Late night Knicks, Joe, Luke, and Jake. Michael's in the chat. Ilmatics. We see you. Fam, let's get it. We buzz the Lakers. Look, I think it's a win-win for everyone. They're happy with their championship, quote-unquote, in-season championship. They hung the banner tonight, and we came for the business. We came for the dub. So I think both teams, got a win tonight in a way. But the Lakers... we'll look at the West in a minute later in the show, but the Knicks really needed this one. The East is a dogfight. So yeah, specifically tonight, man, Brunson top scored for 29, Davis with 32, Isaiah with 17 boards, Davis with 14, RJ Barrett got us 4 assists, LeBron with 11, iHeart with 2 blocks as well. So shout out to those New York Knicks as we're about to give out the grades. And the game ball. Look, the Knicks had 8 turnovers at the half, and so I thought, they could have done better at handling the ball. We did have a few sloppy turnovers, finished with 15, but fortunately we were hitting, buckets when we needed to, and the Lakers just couldn't buy a bucket. They really needed 3-point shooting to go up to match us. Foreman Nick, Cam Reddish. Good to see him get some solid rotation minutes with the Lakers, but tonight it wasn't his night. We played solid defense from top to bottom. It was iHeart. I thought DiVincenzo and Barrett held their own, apart from that foul late. And 20 from 23. from the free throw line, fam. That's excellent. 87% too. So yeah, we weren't going to let this one slip, guys. We see a lot of Knicks in the big plus. Shout out to Randle, plus 17. iHeart, plus 15. Emmanuel was a plus 7. And a super efficient night from Emmanuel. He's going to get his grade. But let's just start with the man returning to the team that drafted him. Julius Randle, Mr. West Coast baller out here, fam. Played with Kobe Bryant, the late great, rest in peace. Julius feels comfortable, obviously playing in LA. He's played well there ever since he's been a New York Knick. It means a lot to him, to get at his former team, and a former mentor in Kobe inspired him. A mentor inspired Julius. So, yeah, he played with passion and desire, in the words of Clyde. And Julius was a whopping 12 of 22, 54%, 1 of 4 from deep, 2 free throws, 13 rebounds defensively, 14 total, 3 assists, just 2 turnovers from Julius, just 3 fouls, and 27 points, man, and a team high, plus 17 points, fam. You know what that means. Let's ring it up, fam. First, before your grade, you're going to get the gold star, signature performance from Julius Randle on the road, bringing it, all-star, all-NBA, and and former Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He wants another Eastern Conference Player of the Week, fam, with these performances. It's not often, even when Julius is scoring high, it's not always that his turnovers are low, and then he's the team high in the plus-minus. So shout out to Randle. The 3 ball was the huge dagger, essentially for me, that killed the game, gave us just that enough separation. So with that said, you also get the game ball. Julius Randle, step up to the podium, take these accolades, fam, and get back to Brooklyn so we can punk them. And Julius stepped up in a major way. 3 turnovers is something that I can sign off on. Considering 43 minutes too. Now we definitely noticed the Knicks' effort way different to the other night, and having an extra night's rest between games, it shows a lot. Wasn't able to come on post game after the Clippers. Some things came up, but I chalked that up to a schedule loss. Tonight we saw a way different Knicks with energy and effort. And Julius was among the leaders. Also, with all of that said, A+ performance from Julius Randle. Salute. Huge, 43 minutes. Was just making a lot of plays. 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls. So really playing under control tonight. You love to see it. Limited shot attempts. He's 1-3. It came at the biggest time. I love this calculated Randle offensively. He's not just pulling up from 3. When he does have the open look, he's making sure I'm going to get a better look. He's going to grind down his opponent, backing him down. First quarter, he was huge. Double digits at the end of the first quarter with IQ. And LA were only shooting 37% from the field at the end of the first. The Knicks led 35-27. Randle was a huge part of that as well. Rebounding well all night. In the second quarter, he continued to ball, driving to the cup, trying to finish over AD successfully a lot of the night too. At the half, Randle was 16 points and 8 boards. IQ had 13 points at the half, and Brunson had 12 as well. So, apart from the poor closeout to the second, we were 1 point down, but really it was set up for the second half, and it could have gone either way. We've seen some drop-offs in the second half with these Knicks, but we've also seen them come out and just blow the doors off some teams, offensively. And that third quarter, man, was one of the best quarters of the season for me, opening up a 10-point lead, 90-80. This is the opposite of the 90s era with 90 points at the end of the third, right? That's a full-time score back in the 80s and 90s, but the Knicks offense is clicking right now. RJ Barrett had a great play in the third too, finishing over Anthony Davis as well. Like I said earlier, was still aggressive and really forcing Anthony Davis to commit. That's what you need to do with a shot blocker. Don't care if they block you, just keep going at them. Because it's going to open the lanes for iHart, and the putbacks of Josh Hart, etc. But yeah, man, the 15-2 run in that third quarter really opened things up, and the Knicks were swishing 4 of 7 from 3 in that second and third quarter as well. Buzzer beaters in the building. Salute. Demario, LRY's piece. Lawrence, what's good? Ain't nothing like a New York win. I love my city. Go New York, go New York, go. Yeah, early Christmas present, fam, for our stocking. And we head back to Brooklyn, and let's give them a pounding too. Yep. How about the you heard the Stateman win was against the Suns, but how about this one, LRY's? Yep. Both Stateman wins, definitely, man. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick tonight, man. Beating LeBron James. Although we did beat KD, for the first time in 10 years. That, I won't hate it on anyone for choosing that one. But yeah, beating LeBron on the night they unveiled the banner. Stand up, New York Knicks. Better effort. And like I said, I didn't get too down after the Clippers game, because I knew that was a schedule loss. We were in it in the first half, and the energy levels just dropped off. But tonight, we really came to ball. The energy levels were high. Too, fam. Yeah, recognize real. Buzzer beater. We played like a top Eastern seed tonight. Yeah, we're going to look at the East later in the show, and we'll look at these the standings. The Clippers, the Cavs. They're in a world of trouble. Indiana lost. The Heat lost as well. So let's go. We capitalized tonight, and I'm really happy. Really happy with this. There was no third quarter of doom. It was the third quarter of boom, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we closed it out wire to wire in the second half. So that was the most pleasing thing for tonight. Yeah, and the big guns stepping up with the role players. And hey, Taj Gibson, I see you. Taj Gibson got out there. We got to mention obviously Jericho Sims. Prayers up to him. Unfortunately, played 3 minutes. What bad luck, man! Rolled his ankle right after the opening tip, falling on Davis's size. I don't know, whatever, 15, 20 foot. Unfortunately, couldn't return. But that just opened the door for iHeart and for Taj to step in, and Julius to really buckle down and get these rebounds we needed. Right. As I mentioned, 58 rebounds is huge. Mitchell Robinson would have been proud tonight. Defensively, we were gobbling up all of the defensive rebounds, that the Lakers were missing. So that was huge. 6 blocks was excellent. Josh Hart had a nice chase down block. Yeah, the Knicks were just playing with pride tonight. Even if they got beat by their man, down offensively, that you saw them so many times tonight hustle back and get stops as well. But yeah, we're going to talk about Emmanuel quickly as we get to him. But yeah, he was basically the third best player, the second best player tonight, whichever way you look at it. He was 8 of 15. Remarkable from the first quarter, like I said, double digits, had like 8 points in the first 5 minutes or something. Got his minutes up tonight. Could have played more, but yeah, IQ was signature 6-man. So that's a preview of what we'll see. But yeah, Julius Randle, not much more to say. Game ball, gold star signature type performance in his former home, LA. So he came to ball. This next man also came to ball, coming off the 50-point performance. Jalen Brunson had a downer night against the Clippers, but he returned in a big way tonight, hitting clutch runner after clutch runner late over Austin Reeves. the isolation game of Brunson is just devastating. You heard the oohs and the ahs of the crowd tonight. Not everyone gets to see Jalen Brunson live. We see him on the East Coast, but West Coast NBA national audience don't get to see Brunson all the time. But he is absolutely a superstar of the NBA right now, with the word super. He's got a plethora of moves. We always know. He was 3 of 6 from deep, 10 of 21 from the field, 6 of 6 from the line, 100%, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, and 29 points. Was a 1 in the plus minus. Jalen Brunson really opened it up in that third and fourth. The isolation game, they really should have thrown a double at him. Because if you didn't see what he did against Phoenix, I don't really know what the Lakers are doing. But yeah, he cut them open in that stretch, especially going isolation on an Austin Reeves. That's a recipe for disaster for LA. And Brunson capitalized, man. I'm proud. So you're also going to get the gold star signature performance from Jalen Brunson tonight, playing like an all-star. Letting the world know what he's capable of, we had, it's funny how, Charles Barkley, TNT say, the Knicks don't have the best player on the court. Well, tonight we had the best players on the court, fam. So eat it up, fam. Eat crow, because Jalen Brunson, after the 50 piece, is coming for that All NBA crown, for the All Star nod this season. Just short of 30 points again. But he's always on efficiency as well. So the video surfaced of Brunson as a youngster with his dad. That just made me sent chills down my spine, seeing Rick Brunson put a young Jalen Brunson through the workouts. Let me know if you've seen it or not, fam. MSG showed it tonight. That video that was posted went viral, and that just gave us an inside look into what Jalen Brunson's work ethic was coming up to help him get to where he is, fam. And where is he at? He's a guy that's getting A pluses for fun tonight, fam. Another A plus for Brunson on the season and a gold star. But I give the game ball to Julius Randle tonight, the real game ball as well. He was good of Brunson to grab the game ball in Phoenix for him, but tonight Julius Randle got the game ball in his LA return. Fam. So, yeah, isolation heavy at times. Definitely Brunson only got 3 assists tonight, but he picked his spots when he did isolate, and he was quick. The 4 turnovers it can happen from time to time. He does get swarmed, being a shorter guy, but you take that with the offense that he provides too, fam. And the 3-point shooting, it's just absolutely wet right now from Jalen Brunson, and it's going to lead us to help us lead to many more victories. Now, fast break points. It'd be interesting to see. The Knicks were getting out on the break tonight, so let's peep the fast break points. The Knicks lost 14-18 in the fast break points. We lost the second chance points as well, but we dominated points in the paint. 62 points in the paint is huge as well. So yeah, the Knicks got their dominance in that way. But yeah, a super road trip for Brunson now. Like I said, I'll be surprised if he doesn't get another Eastern Conference Player of the Week soon, as well as Randle, because yeah, these guys deserved it on the West Coast, fam, and we took it. Old School says, as soon as the Lakers lose, here comes the trade talks. But they got the so-called GOAT on the team. How could they lose? Yeah, they're a fan base that's just spoiled. Really, they're used to winning. Growing up, but they won the Disney chip, and they won the in-season chip now as well. But really, they've got depth. We'll see how it plays out in the West. But at the end of the day, LeBron's not, the LeBron we know. He's a very, very good player, still very effective. but he's going to have nights where he does defer as well. I thought he did defer to Austin Reeves a little bit. Austin Reeves, I know, is a big part of their offense, but I thought he was a little too loose with the shots. And then Cam Reddish, who we know can be a demon defensively and getting out on in transition. But Cam Reddish needs to find a jump shot if he's really going to be, establish himself long term in the league. I think the jump shot is holding Cam back. He had a lot of open looks, and like I said, the Lakers were shooting less than 30, shooting like 37% from the field early, so that hurt. Yeah, the Knicks came to play 47% from the field, 33% from deep. You take it on 30 attempts too. So we did shoot a lot more attempts tonight. In terms of these guys, Buzz is talking about some big men. So I just saw today DeMarcus Cousins has just signed in Taiwan, fam, believe it or not. DeMarcus Cousins is back playing in Taiwan professionally. Just announced today. Norvel Pell, I think he's in Puerto Rico. Nerlens Noel, I think, is a free agent, fam. But I think the Knicks have made their move in that regard. I think Taj Gibson will hold us down until Mitch is back. I don't see the Knicks waiving another piece. We'll see. I heard some trade rumors talked about maybe in a bigger deal. If the Knicks trade with the Bulls, maybe they get Andre Drummond. But I can't see us making another just a singular signing. But prayers up to Jericho Sims. I don't think it's a big deal. I think he might miss a game or two with the rolled ankle. But Isaiah Hartenstein really should have been playing a lot more minutes anyway. He should be starting for us tonight, right? It's a kind of a little bit of a disrespect for Isaiah to not be starting. Of course, Sims did start poorly, and Anthony Davis was abusing us too. But Isaiah Hartenstein came in and he rectified that hustle play after hustle play, like we see him slam it on AD right there, fam. To die for what's good. Let's get it. Appreciate you guys gearing up for end of the year. The New York Knicks now picked up a huge win, 2-2 on the road. What's not to love? So, next man up, Jalen Brunson and Randle came with their A+ games. Let's talk about RJ Barrett's performance off the starting in the starting unit, and he made some big plays, in this game, and he also was aggressive. Still going at Anthony Davis. Barrett played 30 minutes, was 3 of 10. Missed 2 threes. Was 6 of 6 from the line, 100%. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, a turnover, 2 fouls, 12 points, -7. So RJ Barrett had his ups and downs in this game. Yeah, I love that he stayed with it. You can't lose his aggressiveness. He did pull up for a midi, which was a big bucket at that point in the game. It rimmed out, but RJ Barrett was getting to the line and was very efficient from the line, 100%. Slightly inefficient from the field, but I love the 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and the 12 points. He battled defensively, fought over the screens. The one area that I was disappointed with though was the foul late. Obviously, you can't just be doing that in that moment. He'll learn from that. Yeah, it could have cost us the game, but we kind of had it under wraps, at that stage. But yeah, Barrett, really wanted to get at Austin Reeves and block that shot. So you love the endeavor, but he's just got to be more smart, in those situations. So for RJ Barrett's performance tonight, right, we picked up the huge win. Let's give RJ a B- for his performance tonight. What do you guys think? Let us know. I want to hear your grades. Replay squad, salute. Smash that like button. The streets are buzzing as the New York Knicks now 15-11, just past the quarter waypoint in this season. That's starting to buzz right now. We've got some Eastern rivals that are crumbling right now, and we'll see what happens, when the door opens up. For us, we can climb the standings with more wins like tonight, more statement wins, in the words of Allah Wise and Knicks Nation. We went to the West Coast and we took two scalps, two big scalps as well. So you got to love that. But I really would love to beat Brooklyn coming up now. So we'll give Jericho Sims an incomplete. 3 minutes in, he went down. So let's bump the man of the hour, Isaiah Hartenstein, up to the podium, fam. Step on up. Heart. Firstly, man, congratulations on the career high, 17 rebounds. And the many hustle plays, too many to name. But 38 minutes was 3 of 4 from the field. 7 offensive boards, 10 defensive, 17 total. Like I said, got 2 assists, got 2 steals, got 2 blocks, 3 fouls, and 9 points. And was a team almost high, team second high, 15 in the plus minus. So Isaiah Hartenstein, man, underpaid right now as a backup big man. I can firmly say this. We don't win tonight, without Isaiah Hartenstein. Now he won't get the game ball. He could, career high. We could give out a second game ball, but I did feel Julius Randle deserves that tonight. But Heart on any other night, definitely, man. We don't win this game without him. The hustle, the energy going up against one of the defensive players of the year in AD. Salute. Buzzers going with the A for Heart. Salute. Yep, I love it. I love that. Yeah, Michael, the stretch coming up is tough. Yeah, I hear you. We've got Milwaukee after Brooklyn. So yeah, it's important we keep our foot on the gas too, Buzzer. But I agree with you with Jericho. I love Jericho as a young prospect coming up the ranks and developing his game. I do feel like his ceiling is a backup center in the NBA. That's no disrespect at all. I mean no disrespect to Jericho. I think he's a solid young player that many teams would love to have. But I think his future is a backup. Not as the starting big man. I think he's just out of his depth. And I do think players like Anthony Davis, who they should, Hall of Famers, do get the better of him. So as they do many players too. But it just speaks to the value of Isaiah, in his performance too. So look, in his role, I've got to give Isaiah Hartenstein an A+ as well. I just can't give him anything lower than that. I mean, career high rebounds, got 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and a plus 15 in 38 minutes against the Laker big men. Like I said, man, all I can say is we don't win tonight without Heart. So salute. His first A+ of the season, man. Congratulations. Now the other starter, which was Dante DiVincenzo, is up next. Salute Knicks Nation. The chat's buzzing, smashing that like button. And Dante, I loved his game early. He had a great start again. Swished a big 3. He finished 3 of 5, 2 of 4 from deep. 3 assists and 8 points and a block. So he had a block, a turnover, and a foul. Dante was a -2, in his 19 minutes. So I think I'm seeing Dante look more comfortable, in the starting unit. They are, getting him more shots. 5 attempts is decent in 20 minutes. I know there's a lot of eating to go around. There's only 1 ball, but 5 attempts was efficient and spacing the floor out. But his defense, gambling, getting us some steals and making it difficult for the offense on the other team to settle. So I love his aggression again. Devo, great game, was solid. And like I said, he could have played more minutes too. So with that said, I'm going to give Devo his grade right now. And let's give Devo a solid B for his performance tonight. In 19 minutes, yet he contributed nicely. Buzzer's gone with the B+. Salute for Devo. What do you think long term? You cool with him starting still, staying in it? I think he's looked promising in the last stretch. Michael gives iHeart the A+ in his 38 minutes with the 17 boards, man. Yep. Beastly numbers, fam. So, yeah, really team performance tonight. Really, sometimes in Knicks wins, we see half the team play outstanding, other half of the team poor. But tonight, the bridge between all the players was a lot closer, and yeah, it was a real team effort. So, yeah, that was the starting unit, and really happy for these guys. Obviously, with iHeart bumped up. Now, the true sixth man of the year, step on up, Emmanuel. He was Emmanuel tonight, quickly. And salute MSG played a tribute to him, and he's playing like the real sixth man of the year performance tonight. So he gets a gold star performance, step on up quickly. Like I said, man, a brilliant first stretch. Was coming in, was hitting his shot straight away, had that pep in his step, was hitting threes, and yeah, he was super active in double digits at the end of the first, playing solid defense as well, getting the oohs and the ahs of the crypto crowd. Hart found him early in the second quarter as well, and the ball continued to fall for quickly. I loved it. And of course, he's aggressive. He draws fouls. He goes at the opponents. Tonight, he shot one attempt at the line, got to the line and hit it. Was 3 of 7 from deep, 8 of 15 from the line, from the field. Sorry, in 28 minutes, and was 3 rebounds. He was 2 assists and a steal, 20 points. Was a +7 tonight. So he quickly was just basically outstanding for the full night. Stayed with it. But yeah, you love his all-around play, both sides of the ball, and he really is a headache. You could just see the morale tonight of the Lakers drop right when they thought they were going on a bigger run, or they thought that they could overtake us. Quickly was filling it up, and that's what he does, fam. So yeah, excellent performance. I got to give quickly an A+ as well. Really, in his role, I mean, he mastered his role tonight too. Not much I could really say outside of 7 attempts from deep, 42% on a night where we only shot 33%. Hit his 1 free throw. You got some assists as well. Was a +7 as well in a 5-point win. 20 points in 28 minutes. That's a glimpse into what people can see with quickly as a starter as well. If his minutes go up to 30, 35, and he's efficient as well. So yeah, he's that weapon that I certainly don't take for granted, man. As some people do on some nights, but really he's what makes us dangerous, as well as a team. We talk about the big three. Really, when we're clicking, we have a big four offensively. And I'm really I'm glad we've got DiVincenzo as well, who can also fill it in offensively too. But yeah, really, when quickly has that pep in his step like he did tonight, and Randle and Brunson are clicking, and Barrett's chipping in as well. Really, we're tough to beat. So we're giving out a lot of A+, right? This is one of the statement wins of the season. We're all feeling it, and let's enjoy it, fam. So we got Josh Hart up next. Salute to Josh Hart. I love his game. Continues to make right plays, winning plays. Tonight, man, Alan Hahn paid him props. He had a huge outlet pass that a quarterback would be proud of. Josh Hart brought it tonight. Was 2 of 6 in 22 minutes, 0 of 3 from deep, got to the line twice, hit both, 5 rebounds, 2 assists and a block, 4 turnovers, 1 personal foul, 6 points, neutral in the plus minus. But the box score, doesn't tell half the story, like we say. Hart was always into it. His 5 rebounds were huge at critical times. I thought he did a good job keeping boxing out and helping run the break as well. Hockey assist kind of guy tonight, but yeah, defensively he held his own. This was a real defensive effort tonight from the boys. So salute to Hart tonight. I'll give Hart a B for his performance tonight. Salute. Chat. Daras, what's good, fam? Michael, statement win. Josh Hart with a B+. Yep, I'm feeling it. Salute. Playing up to his playing up from his size. Josh Hart is that pest. We really do have a great bench in terms of guys playing their role. With Barrett playing minutes with the bench lineups, Hart getting after it with Quickly, and iHeart as well. Salute. So yeah, great performance from Josh tonight. Also a former Laker too. We can't forget those that remember. Josh Hart was part of the baby Lakers as well, drafted by them before getting moved in the AD deal to the Pelicans. So they talked about Cam Reddish revenge game, but you also got to remember, Josh Hart was traded in the Anthony Davis deal to the New Orleans Pelicans, so he had a point to prove tonight, and he proved it, man. So salute. Who else have we got? Quentin Grimes, step on up, fam. Quentin Grimes was 1 of 5 tonight, 1 of 4 from deep. He had 2 assists. One was nice, 1 steal. He was 3 points and a +4 in his 11 minutes. So, yeah, interestingly, the game was just going that way. Grimes wasn't doing anything specifically to lose any minutes. It's just that Quickly was playing so well. You could have reduced Hart's minutes a little bit. Grimes is one of the unlucky ones, as a result of our depth tonight. And obviously Randle played a huge part, playing 43 minutes early. He played the entire first quarter, so that limited some of the rotations we could make. I thought Grimes deserved more minutes. Defensively, he was solid. 2 assists, 3 points. Not much else to say. Quentin Grimes, normally he's going to get more minutes than that. He's been playing well recently, coming off the bench. 1 of 4 is not great from deep. He did have a couple wide open looks that really were momentum type shots as well. But yeah, as long as he's getting more shots up off the bench, he's going to find that rhythm. 5 attempts is better than what he was getting in the starting lineup. Putting up donuts, etc. So let's see. Let's monitor this moving ahead. We're past the quarter waypoint. I do think it suited the team better offensively. Obviously, defensively, we have regressed too. So with Grimes' grade look tonight, obviously, he wasn't a huge factor in terms of the minutes, but we'll get his grade up in a minute. So let's get this grade up. Right now, this thing's playing up on me. Hopefully that... Yep, there we go. Grimes will get a C. Actually, I'll get that C+. I'll give him a C+ for tonight. Right, in limited minutes, but defensively he was solid. Was Quentin Grimes. So salute. Yeah, that's the rotation for tonight. Taj, incomplete. Didn't play much, but Grimes, Quickly, Josh off the bench. iHeart basically stepping in for Sims. what I wanted to talk about now, which was the statistics after 25 games. Right, as we just bring up Julius Randle's Gold Star game ball and all of that good stuff. Again, let's talk about some statistics. So before tonight's game, guys, pleasing, we won this game defensively, but you'll see some trends up on screen now in terms of the Knicks' offense stepping up more recently. We talked about it earlier with Alan Hahn. We're averaging roughly 113 over the last 10 games, which is the highest average in a 10-game span since 1960s for the New York Knicks. So that's huge. But we all know defensively we've regressed a little bit. So where do we sit? We are now a 10th in net rating. So not too bad, 10th around the league net rating, but we've dropped 16th in defensive rating. That was around, 10, top 10. So obviously we've been giving up a lot of points. We've been getting blown out a little bit, but 16th now, middle of the league, defensive rating. But offensively, we're 9th in offensive rating, so we've stepped that up a bit. We're 5th in turnovers, so we actually are improving with fewer turnovers. We're 6th now in 3-point percentage in the league. Tonight, 33%. It might drop a little bit, but it's pleasing to see us around top 8 in the league in 3-point shooting. So that's one of the biggest reasons we win games, 3-point shooting. We isolate a lot, but we need those shots to go down. Fam, so what do you guys think? 6th in the league in 3-point percentage. Right. Some people would have called you crazy if you told them at the start of the year, but let's hope it doesn't fall off, Obviously, I believe it. I believe Barrett can shoot better from deep. I believe Jalen Brunson can continue his hot shooting from deep. I believe DiVincenzo and Quickly are above average shooters from deep. And I believe Julius Randle is taking less attempts from 3 as well. So that's helping a lot. We've also moved up a little bit in field goal percentage. We're up to 22nd in the league in field goal percentage. So that's solid. Of course, the offense is better. But tonight it should be even better. So we're shooting just under 50 tonight. We've moved up in points per game. Like I said, middle of the league now, 16th in putting up points. We've moved up one spot in pace, up to 28th. And we're up one spot in blocks, up to 29th. We're up to 11th in steals per game. I like that because, Dante DiVincenzo in the starting lineup, Brunson, getting in the passing lanes. So that's solid. Getting those steals, that's getting us extra possessions. We do rely a lot on steals, Like I said, if our defense does regress a little bit, we can still be good at getting steals. Reading the defense, passing lanes, all of that, blocks. We are regressing slightly though in opponents' turnovers. So obviously, our defense is dropped off a little bit. 21st in forcing turnovers. We've dropped from 1st in the league in second chance points allowed. We're now 6th. So Mitchell Robinson, effect 101 with that one. We always get the rebound normally, but 6th now from 1st. We're up in 12th into opponents' fast break points, so we are limiting fast break points at least. But we're 22nd now in opponents' 3-point percentage, so that's taken a huge hit. We're back in the second half of the league now in opponents shooting hot threes on us. Obviously tonight was a lot better, so salute. And now we've dropped to 8th in opponents' points per game. We were 1st in the league, so that speaks to the huge drop-off. We were allowing the fewest points per game. Now we're 8th, so that's just what it is after 25 games. I expected it to come down a little bit. Our defense was probably a bit of a smoke screen, being top 5 in the league. I think somewhere around top 10 is very sustainable, fam. So salute on that. Now let's look ahead. After this huge win, I got to grade this road trip, ladies and gentlemen. Now and I don't consider this Brooklyn game a road trip. I think the road trip is now in the books, 2-2. I did my predictions. I think I said we'd beat Utah. I was wrong. I said we would lose to Phoenix. I was wrong. But then I said we would beat the Clippers. I was wrong. And I said we would beat the Lakers. So effectively, I've picked the wrong games. But, I expected us to be around about 2-2, 3-1, 2-2 on this stretch. So yeah, beating the Lakers was great. Beating Phoenix, of course, was amazing. The Clippers was a letdown game, but what can you do on the West Coast? It's tough. It was a scheduling type brutal game. Kawhi, we do have to say, the Clippers are on a not a 8-game winning streak right now after their win today. So yeah, that was tough anyways. But with that said, 2-2 I sign up for all day, every day. Now, like Michael's talked about, we've got Brooklyn on Wednesday. We have two off days, and then we got Milwaukee back at MSG, and then we've got Oklahoma, Orlando, and Indy on the road to round out 2023, fam, as well. And we're in a solid position. I expect us to beat Brooklyn, and please, I'm gonna predict that we split Milwaukee. We take one of them and we get them back at least. Right, we can't lose both to Milwaukee again at MSG. I think natural hustle pride is going to get us a victory. I think, and payback for their defeats in the in-season tournament, the post-in-season tournament game, all of that. But Brooklyn, it's going to be fun. MSG 2.0. The fans are going to be rocking out at the Barclays. Salute. Yeah, and we're gonna let people know that we are the only New York team, and salute to everyone that's going to be in the building. But yeah, I'm really looking at these two Milwaukee games. We obviously one's on Christmas Day, so salute everyone in the building. Christmas Day coming up fast, and I think we take one of them. I'm going to say we win the Christmas Day game as well. One on the 23rd, one on the 25th. And then, yeah, Oklahoma don't really scare me. Orlando and Indy don't scare me. So if we play like we did tonight, we could beat anybody. What do you guys say? Michael's, yeah, no one has the tougher schedule than us to start the year. It's been tough, man. It's been real tough. But 15-11, I think we'll start to see the New York Knicks' best basketball later in the year. I always say this, but the Knicks do get hot generally in the last third of the season. Once the deadline's passed and the road ahead is clear to the playoffs, best believe Tom Thibodeau is going to have this team playing more tougher as well on the defensive side, albeit our limitations with size. I think if everyone buckles down on the same page, and like I said, get our steals up, not leave wide open shooters, I think we'll be okay. I think we are good to be a middle defense. But if we can be a top 10 offense, that's gonna be big. So we continue to be one of the elites at shooting threes. So yeah, I could get used to that. It's a 3-point league. Let's just keep getting this score up and keep raining threes on people too, fam. But yeah, this is straight facts. Buzzer beater, salute. Getting 500 on the road is the goal of all NBA teams, basically, unless you're a contender. But even then, injuries, guys do rest players and all of that stuff too. So yeah, salute. We took it to AD tonight and LeBron, like Brunson did right here on the screen, fam. And Austin Reeves, right, all over the place. Yeah, Daras, good point. Yeah, I think part of the defense drop off, if I do pinpoint at least something, I could say I think Quentin Grimes coming to the bench is is part of it. Obviously he's our best point of attack defender, but I do think it could be corrected in a way where guys just need to have more effort closing out. Randall was a culprit for a couple of these big games in terms of like leaving guys open, but obviously everyone could be better. So I think that is a big part. But look, I don't think Devo is a bad defender at all. So I think our defense could still be top 10. I think Mitchell Robinson is probably the biggest reason, fam. The biggest drop off with Mitch. And right before Mitch went down, who did we play? We played stretch fives. We played against Brook Lopez and the Bucks, and we played against Kristaps Porzingis, and the Celts. So even with Mitch, healthy, we do struggle a little bit with those matchups too, because he can't come out on the perimeter, and block those shots, So, but if we're playing a team that doesn't have a stretch five, straight domination for us, Mitchell Robinson and the rest of the guys, straight domination. So, it's not like we're going to play the Bostons and the Milwaukees every day. And I think everyone else around the league, I think once the schedule really starts to even out for these New York Knicks, I think you'll start to see us really climb the standings more. And the proof is, if you want to look at this, we're 10th in net rating still before tonight. So, taking into account our drop-off recently and some of these huge pummelings we've been handed, the fact that we're still a top 10 team in net rating in the league. So it's a little askew because the offense, the shooting is keeping us up, and the slide on defense has hurt a little. But I think we can rectify the skid. And once we can get these points up, I think DiVincenzo in the starting lineup might just help us get off to better starts as well. And it really has in the last two of the last three. Against Phoenix, he was swishing. He was swishing early against the Clippers as well, and he was swishing tonight. Was Devo, but on any night, Grimes can still play bigger minutes. He's a big piece off the bench too. So now let's look at the action from around the league, and we'll bring up the standings, guys. So as we pull this up, NBA.com, salute, and we'll see where the New York Knicks sit right now after this big win. And let's refresh this. Before tonight, we were 14-11. Now we're 15-11. And look at that, fam. That's excellent. We've jumped a spot up to 5th now. And we're only 1.5 back of Orlando, who we play on December 29 in the first of a back-to-back with Indy. So we leapfrog the Heat tonight, and we jump the Cleveland Cavaliers, who I don't expect them to catch us now, dealing with the injuries to Evan Mobley and Darius Garland, out for at least till February. So that's a huge blow to the Cavs and their season. I think the Donovan Mitchell trade talk will start to really ramp up too. And of course, the Pacers, an early season success story like we predicted, have started to come back down, coming back down to earth, fam. What's good, Tay? Salute. Tay says, I'm proud of Tibbs playing IQ, who was playing well down the stretch. Yeah, absolutely. We didn't get round to giving Tibbs the grade yet, but solid. I mean, that's coaching 101 generally. I think giving the hot hand a chance. Unfortunately, Grimes missed out on some minutes, but Quickly was just playing so well from the get-go. I think nights where he starts so well, Thibodeau has shown that he's been willing to play him more if he started really well. So we'll give Tibbs a B+ for tonight for his coaching performance too. We'll leave Julius up there, but what do you guys think now? right? We've weathered the storm. We're 4 games above now, dealing with some injuries, obviously with Mitch. Taj is back in the fold, but quickly playing a signature game. Brunson, signature game tonight. Randle, signature game. Isaiah stepping up in the absence, showing his mentality against Anthony Davis. Now 15 and 11. The Magic 16 and 9 have started to slide a little. The Sixers are hot at 18 and 8. Hopefully we can create separation now between the Cavs and the Heat and the Pacers. So let's put the foot on the gas. Let's beat Brooklyn. Let's at least split the Milwaukee ones at least, but both are at MSG. So I won't be surprised if we get the first one. We'll be really amped on Christmas Day to get the second one, right? And then you got OKC on the road, Orlando and Indy. So that's going to be a good test against some, up and coming teams. But we need to, for me, expand the rotation a little, keep guys healthy, because I don't want, other guys to get, knocked down, worn down at all. We can't afford that. With Mitch down for 10 weeks, we can't afford another guy to go down. So I would love, Tibbs to, to sprinkle in a little bit of minutes for Taj, a little bit of minutes for Deuce, if he can. Obviously he's got to manage game to game. Big games require, guys to play extra minutes, like Julius tonight, 43 minutes. But he did have a little bit of rest, like yesterday, too. So, yeah, I think the East is really shaping out. But if you ask me, I think the Knicks finish above the Magic this year, of course. And I predicted the Knicks as a 4th seed. So I feel good about that prediction now. The Celtics first, the Bucks second. The Sixers are surprised a few people. Obviously, they've got the reigning MVP. They've got Tyrese Maxey. And then I think the Knicks will move up to 4th at some point. And let's see. But yeah, the Cavs absolutely struggling with this. And I think they're going to entertain offers. I think they need to. I listened to the Hoop Collective pod with Brian Windhorst. Also, and Bontemps, Tim McMahon. And I think those guys were on point. Well, more so Bontemps was on point, talking about, the realization that the Cavs would get more for Donovan Mitchell, trading him at the deadline than waiting until July. I believe him. But obviously we'll see what Colby Altman does. So good for us that the Bulls gave an L to the Sixers. The Clippers continue their hot form. They smoked the Pacers tonight. Unbelievable, right? That doesn't make our loss look so bad, right? After all, right? The Clippers are just looking like they're starting to gel. Really bad, really good. So that's crazy. I didn't see that coming. Obviously, there was struggles, early. The Cavs pulled out a gritty, gutty win by 5 over the Rockets. The Raptors picked up a win over the lowly Hornets. The T-Wolves, though, gave at least the Heat the L. So salute for that. That's great for us. And then the Hawks got the win against the Pistons, but they're 11 and 15 struggling. And then the Thunder picked up a big win over the Grizzlies. Ja Morant set to return soon. Let's see if the Grizzlies can find their way back up. They've got a long way to climb. Okay, the Nets are going to be a little bit frustrated after this loss to the Jazz, 13 and 13. Nuggets took care of business, and the Kings did as well. And the New York Knicks picked up the second signature win of the season in La La Land, right in front of their celebrity row. But LeBron James, Anthony Davis wasn't enough to overcome the firepower of the stars, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickley. So take that once again. Shaq, Kenny, TNT, and for your comments, right? Firing up these New York Knicks. Tonight we had the best players on the court, right? Against Phoenix, we had the best players on the court. 50 ball for Jalen Brunson. Salute, salute. And the tributes are flowing. We're going to get some merch fixed up for some Jalen Buzzin. 50 piece. It's going to be Jalen Buzzin and the nice logo. We'll get that up on the store soon to commemorate Jalen Brunson's performance, fam, on this road trip. It's going to be something I'll always remember, man. I won't forget it right now. And he is playing like an all-star, all-NBA, and he has to get in this year, right? He's absolutely one of the best players on the court at any time. Doesn't matter who he's playing against. LeBron, Kevin Durant, Giannis, I don't care. Damian Lillard, right? He's only 27 years old, and one could say not even in his prime yet, 27 is entering your prime, but some people might argue it's not quite your prime yet. 28, 29, 30 for some players is their prime too. So, yeah, we saw the video leaked earlier today, last night. Jalen Brunson as a young kid been put through the ringer by his dad, Rick Brunson, man. And he's talking about tired is for the weak, fam. And everything you do, make it legit. And boy, is he living by that, man. Right? He's drilled that into Jalen. We kind of heard before that Rick was very hard on Jalen growing up. But, we actually got to see a glimpse of what that was really like, as a kid. But, yeah, winning mentality. Yeah, I'm just, really happy for this West Coast trip now. Let's see what happens, for the rest of the season in terms of the pieces, available. Right now, I don't really know what the move is, the season could be anything. I honestly believe we could go all the way to the third round, Eastern Conference Finals, with this current squad. And I also believe we could make a move as well. And then I don't know what our ceiling might be, depending on the move. But all I do know is, like we talked about in the East, we looked at right now, we're better than the Cavs. We're better than the Heat. We're above the Pacers. We're above the Hawks, above the Raptors. We're above the Bulls. All these teams that some of them people thought were better than the New York Knicks, but, they were very, very wrong right now. And you're looking at this guy on screen who never got the respect or still doesn't get the respect he deserves because of some of these people. Either they don't watch the Knicks or, they love the highlight. They love the 3-second YouTube videos with LaMelo Ball flashy plays, dunking on somebody. Those are the players that people put ahead of Jalen Brunson. I'm not singling out LaMelo. He's a very, very talented player, but people don't look at Brunson in the correct way because they look at flashiness, they look at only scoring or whatever it is. Last year DeMar DeRozan got in ahead of him, man. So like Trae Young, people talk about Trae Young still, who's a very fine player in the league. I'm not throwing shade on Trae Young, but one player is elevating their franchise with the same amount of help. The other player isn't. The same can be said for Levine. The same can be said for Pascal Siakam. The same can be said for obviously DeRozan as well. Like last year, Drew Holiday got in ahead of Brunson. I could kind of respect that because, he's a two-way player. But even then, I thought Brunson had a better year than Drew Holiday last season as well. So right now, man, it's time to for people to stand up and recognize it. And to many people's credit, they did recognize Brunson's 50 piece in terms of Twitter, X or whatever it's called now. The 50 piece highlights were all over the place for Brunson as well, on 9 of 9 from deep, and the first in NBA history to have 50 plus points on 5 plus rebounds, assists, and steals, and a 9 of 9 from deep as well. So incredible West Coast trip. after tonight's game as well, I won't be surprised if we see him as Eastern Conference Player of the Week. I mean, he scored 50 damn points, but I know Giannis also got 64 as well. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, just get him in as the All-Star too. Buzzer says, yeah, on the quarter, RJ's free throw shooting is at 85%. Yeah, shout out. Great stat. 100% from the line tonight as well. Big improvement. The three-point shooting is still a work in progress. Obviously, it's been had its ebbs and flows this year. But yeah, one thing we can't discount, like you said, is it's only a quarter through the season. It's not a big enough sample to say a player hasn't done this yet, or they're not improved enough, or whatever it is. Just remember, we're only 26 games in to 82. So kind of like last year, I felt like we're peaking closer to the end of the season, and we'll get on maybe hopefully an 8-game win streak again. But one thing that has improved as a team is three-point shooting. Right, I never would have projected that the Knicks be 6th in three-point percentage coming in, and that's huge. That's one of the reasons we're a top 10 team in the league, and offensively we're 9th, in rating. So that's big time. Obviously, Julius Randle, mad props again, really starting to gel. Has been gelling as an all-star type player, limiting his three-point attempts. Has been better with the turnovers than last year. He's had some high turnover games, but I think as a sample, Randle has been better. Certainly better moving the ball and picking his spots. But the three-point shot tonight was huge. The big three on the corner that rimmed in and out, man. I was like, that was a la Kawhi Leonard with the Raptors, man. That the way that ball just bobbled in and out. Tay says, media hates on Brunson, but players know the truth. I think that's why KD gave the potential Hall of Fame shout-out after the Kenny comments. Yeah, amazing, man. I agree with you. I think, players like De'Aaron Fox, I think, gave Brunson props last year, before the year, saying one of the toughest players to guard. Also, I think it was Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell was a player also that said Brunson was one of the toughest players he's ever had to guard as well. Certainly, if people weren't awake to the situation after this trip, they are. 50 piece against the Suns, another 30 piece, 29 points tonight. The Heat, obviously, the Miami Heat in the playoffs. That should tell you all you needed to know. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at Brunson last year, and he was a one-man wrecking crew in the playoffs still, putting up 40 points on one ankle. He had a bum ankle in the playoffs as well, and they were physical with him as well. So, really, yeah, Brunson offensively is a straight weapon, a bucket. And offensively, I don't think anyone should even put Trae Young ahead of Brunson offensively. Those two are every much as a bucket, as each other, except Brunson is obviously more palatable defensively. He works harder on that end, drawing the most charges around the league. But yeah, what do you guys think he could maybe improve on his game as well? Obviously the playmaking, naturally he does look like a scoring guard in a point guard's body. But that is the way the game is developing. I don't think that's necessarily Brunson. I think that's the way the evolution of basketball has been ever since Steph Curry come in as a shooter and a playmaker. I think Chris Paul doesn't get enough shine for the scoring he could do as well. Back to his New Orleans days. Chris Paul was a two-way weapon offensively as well. I just think, that's the kind of way the game is going. De'Aaron Fox can play, make, and score. Tyrese. I think you just need that now coming in. There's not many just point guards, like true point guards, like Rajon Rondo, Steve Nash, those kind of guys, that have a guy to set up. Even the Joker plays with Jamal Murray, who's really a shooting guard, in a point guard's body as well. So yeah, I think the game is evolving right now. Brunson can obviously pass more, no doubt about it, but he knows he can score so easily, and he's one of the best scorers that we need. So I don't think that's going to change much. Maybe later in his career, I think that that could happen. I think when Jalen Brunson is maybe 30, 31, 32, has some more tread on his tires, and maybe slows down a bit, I think Brunson might become a bit more of a savvy playmaking guard. But for right now, for at least the next 4 or 5 seasons, I think the 3-point shooting is opening up a whole nother world for Brunson offensively, in terms of the gravity he pulls. And talking about like Dame, specifically like Buzzer says, comparisons to Dame that I've been drawing recently, I really think like Brunson's going to get to the point where offensively he's going to pull the gravity that Damian Lillard has in his prime, and you're going to have to respect his his range. Right now he's walking into threes still. So I feel like either the scouting reports haven't quite really adjusted yet, or Brunson's just finding his right spot, to get the three off. But Buzzer says, in terms of the East, right, he's got Trae Young, Drew, LaMelo, Cam, Halliburton, and Maxey, and of course Dame. So it's a crowded backcourt for the All-Star, definitely. In terms of that, I think a lot of voters may have felt last year he was a bit unlucky. So we'll see what happens this year. But if I'm choosing on also teams that are winning. So that discounts that if I'm a selector and I've got no attachment to the New York Knicks, I would look at it like this. I would look at like, okay, Jalen Brunson's team's winning, Trae Young's isn't. So Brunson ahead of him. I would look at it like Brunson's team is winning ahead of LaMelo, and he's also balling out. So I put him ahead of LaMelo. I put Cam Thomas, obviously, better. I think the Knicks are better than Brooklyn. But Halliburton and Maxey. Halliburton's obviously playing like an all-star level, all-NBA level. Tyrese Maxey's team is also winning, and Dame is as well. So, it's going to be tricky. Let's see. We're getting closer. I think the all-star voting is opening up soon, man, too. So, but I think the performances like this and the 50-piece, I think he'll be heavily considered. Also, the voting, let's get voting too. To Die For agrees in terms of Dame or Maxey might go ahead of Brunson due to winning percentages as well. Can't argue. Those are the guys I can't really argue with. Last year I felt there was some disrespect with DeRozan, and I felt like he was better than Drew. He elevated us to the 5th seed as well. Got us to the second round of the playoffs. Could have even really been in the most improved conversation too. The way Brunson's going with his 3-point shooting, he might be in the most improved conversation as well. Mel Bester, salute. Bragging to your cousin on Facebook who's a Cavs Lakers fan. LeBron can go get it. We beat him at his home. Ain't scared of Hachimura and Reeves. With no Mitch and no Sims, no AD. No problem. In LA, salute. Loving it. Statement win. I didn't see the odds tonight, but I do expect the Knicks were underdogs. So anyone who cashed in, salute to you as well. That's what we're all about. Taking advantage of the disrespect. But obviously tonight's win, it wasn't, a win that was expected. The Knicks, to come in and beat LA. But I knew we had a great chance. I knew we had 1 day break. and I knew we want to, end this road trip on a good note, and that's exactly what we did, and now we got some easier games coming up against Brooklyn, but we can't take any team lightly, I think they could beat anyone. Still, Mikal Bridges, Cam Thomas is a bucket, but Julius Randle also usually likes to play well against Brooklyn, and then the big games on Christmas Day and the 23rd against Milwaukee, both at MSG. So the Bucks, no more home court advantage, bring your lunch pail, and let's see if you can beat us at MSG. I think the guys are going to be up for that. I really do. I think they won't want to lose to Milwaukee for a fourth and fifth time this season. No way. So I think maybe at minimum we split those two, and then we hit the road again, Jack, against OKC, Orlando, and Indy. So yeah, no doubt about it. Great win. We gave out the game balls as well. Salute Knicks Nation, replay squad, and we're really enjoying this season coming up. These big games, Brooklyn, now MSG 2.0, stand up. Let's go get that dub and go back 5 games ahead of 500 before these two against Milwaukee. Right? But tonight we rose up, we handled our business on this West Coast trip, especially beating LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker. The revenge tour, great work, New York Knicks, stand up. Replay squad, salute. Live chat, salute. Knicks Nation, salute. And a great performance from the Knicks. Let it continue. Offensively, we're on a tear. Defensively, we're a lot better tonight. So look forward to chopping it up with you all on Wednesday after Brooklyn, after another win. Let's get it. Knicks Nation, peace, blessings, health, happiness, and let's